What's going on, gamers? Yesterday, while exploring the vast reaches of space, I ran into something very odd, an unidentified ship. As I approached, I received a distress call from the planet closest to us regarding this large, mysterious ship. Unable to communicate with the ship, I decided to board it. To my surprise, there were people aboard this ship, a whole crew. Even odder, they were very surprised to see another human.
You're human? It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so they made the decision to leave when they did.
It appears we may have stumbled onto one of Earth's first colony ships to leave in search of a new home. Captain Brackenridge gives us some details as she walks us to the command bay.
Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened.
Just because our equipment's
he gathered
old
the best and
doesn't
brightest
mean it
he could
won't
find,
work to take
built
down
the
trouble.
Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
I'm amazed this vessel is able to navigate at all. It's almost like walking through a museum.
Before helping Captain Brackenridge, I wanted to explore the colony ship Constant. Come to find, it is outfitted with most of the amenities and resources to sustain long-distance travel with a full crew. Complete with living quarters, restrooms, showers, security office, and an onboard greenhouse.
I'm the cultivation manager. Fancy words for farmer and fertilizer collector. I didn't have a choice. Most people don't. You get a job, and that's it.
When I reached the medical bay, I spoke with the doctor and discovered a grim reality of living on a long-range colony ship with limited space and resources. The elder members of the crew sometimes have to volunteer for termination to make space for newborn members.
There isn't, at least not in the medical sense. Since he was one of the eldest on board, he was ready to volunteer for termination. Thankfully, since you've arrived, that no longer seems necessary.
Excuse me? Volunteer for termination? Meaning what, exactly?
It means that he was going to volunteer his own life for the sake of the others on this ship, due to limited spaces and supplies. Like the others, his life would then be honored with special distinction and recorded for history. Rarely we had to make difficult choices when no one would volunteer. But Mabuti is too generous to let that happen.
When crew members pass away, they are stored in the Mausoleum, and their names are recorded in their honor. On the way back to the command bay, I ran into the captain's office, where you can see the portraits of all the past captains. I figured with 9 captains over 200 years, they usually serve around 20 years of service. Back to the mission at hand.
We know there's a settlement on the planet below, meaning people were here before us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
When I reached the surface of Pyramid 2 to help the colony ship Constant find their home, I discovered their prospective home is now a beachfront resort. It even has a Terrabrew shop.
Everything here is a little
As I explored Paradiso Resort, I slowly realized between the private security and the Hilton vibes that convincing this corporate machine wasn't going to be easy. But that's going to be for you to find out.
Not our amenities,